Hello, I'm Julie Purnell. I am the class teacher in Cairo Class, Year 1, working alongside Karen Allen, who is a class teacher on a Thursday. In class every day, we also have Evelina Popida and Sharon Tatton. I'm going to now talk through some slides, some curriculum slides, which will explain how we have organised things for your children's year in Cairo Class. Key aims for Year 1 are to continue to promote the independence and independent learning, build on things that the children were doing in reception. We need to smoothly transition from the early years curriculum to the Key Stage 1 curriculum, and we will do this. At the moment, we are offering playtimes, additional playtimes between lessons, and we've got resources which we're bringing in just for them to use in Key Stage 1. We've obviously got the lovely garden as well, which we are making use of, and it's obviously very handy being right outside our classroom. The children will be using practical resources throughout the year and developing skills in across the whole curriculum, but with a particular focus on phonics and handwriting and English, maths, and in terms of skills, science. Speaking and listening continue to be important. At the moment, we're talking a lot to the children about patience, about being able to wait while somebody else is speaking, just to listen and wait their turn. And that's something that if you can develop and encourage that at home, that would be very, very useful and will serve the children well in school. We have lots of opportunities for kind of pair work and teamwork. And we use that throughout the whole curriculum. We're placing an emphasis on the 3 R's, which at St Mary's we've been using with the children this year, that they should be ready, respectful and responsible. Also encouraging the children to enjoy themselves at school and to have fun. In Year 1, we use a very topic-led approach to teaching and learning with cross-curricular links. We'll talk a little bit more about topics later on. In terms of phonics, we are using the Letters and Sounds programme, which is a government-developed programme, which divides into phases, with phase 1 being covered generally in nurseries and preschools, which it develops listening skills. Phase 2 looks at single letter sounds. And phase 3, which is our starting point, brings in digraphs where we have 2 letters making 1 sound and trigraphs where we have 3 letters making 1 sound. We're able to split out into smaller groups to cover phonics, and that will allow us to move at maybe a slightly different pace depending on what's appropriate for each group. But we will all be starting at phase 3. We'll working towards phonics screening in June. That's really something that nothing much to worry about. The government have said that is going to go ahead this academic year, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. In English, we will cover reading, writing, spelling, grammar, and some drama. In maths, we've adopted as a school the Power Maths programme. You should have had some information coming home about this already. But the children perhaps will be coming home and talking to you about the little characters you can see on the screen here. It's a programme which promotes a deeper understanding of maths. Other areas of the curriculum which we cover are listed here: RE Science, Geography, History, which we tend to put together under the umbrella of topic. PE, of course, music, computing, and PSHE, personal, social, and health education. The children tend to think of this as circle time. That's how we generally describe it to them, which is really a time for us to sit down and kind of talk and share thoughts about friendships, about feelings, about building confidence. And we tend to do this through games and role play. Just a little more detail on the Year 1 phonics screening. It won't be happening until next June. It's a statutory assessment, so it happens in schools all around the country. We do So much work on this in phonics. We have daily phonics, so that is 5 days a week, and we will be showing the children this idea of real words and perhaps sort of alien or pseudo words. And it shows that children have a good foundation in phonics. The children will be extremely well prepared for it, and as it says on the slide, they actually enjoy quizzes in the classroom. We make it fun and we keep things very light-hearted. Just a quick look at the topics we will be covering over the year. We change topic every half term. Across the autumn term, we are looking at Africa, starting with African animals and then looking a little bit more about places after half term. We're linking this to Cairo and Egypt as a country in North Africa. Then going into the spring, we look at space and transport, and then in the summer, Wonderful World tends to be looking at stories from around the world. We finish with traditional tales at the end of the year. This slide gives you a little bit more detail about the learning in the first half term. So the topic is Amazing African Animals, and you can see everything that we are doing broken down by area of the curriculum. This is an overview of the timetable. So children can come in to the classroom from 8:45. We tend to take the register fairly quickly, and we start most days, Monday to Thursday. We have a collective worship and assembly in the hall with the whole school. That all happens fairly quickly, so it's really, really important that the children do get to school on time. We tend to focus on maths and English and phonics in the mornings, with a daily snack and break time at 10:30. That's when the children can have their milk if they are on the school milk list, and their snack. We usually have a fruit or vegetable snack, and the children play in the playground with the rest of the school. Lunchtime is at 12, and after they have eaten their lunch, they go out into the playground again for another playtime. In the afternoons, we cover really the remainder of the curriculum, and that's done with PE on Mondays and Tuesdays and the other subjects, as you can see. On Friday afternoon, we finish the week with our Golden Achievers Assembly, so again, gathering together as a school in the hall. An overview of reading in school, which is a fairly wordy slide, but just to give you a summary, reading in school takes many forms. We read with children in many different ways, and you can have a look through the various things that we do here. Other things to note are that children change their books once a week, and they have a set day, and you should find a note in your reading record to let you know which is your child's changing day. We do ask that reading records and school reading books are in school every day in your child's book bag, as we do use these on a number of days each week. In addition to all of the books and reading opportunities we have in school, we do encourage reading by developing a love of books. This is extremely important, and this is something that you can help with at home, sitting down with your child and looking at a picture book and just sharing a story, or if you start perhaps to read them chapter books. Really is going to help to engage them with the idea of reading themselves and eventually becoming independent readers. This slide is giving a little bit more information on home learning, in particular reading at home. We will be sending home some information about our half-termly spellings, although you can see here the spellings as they occur across the year. Phonics homework is going to be coming home starting next week, and we will be setting that every Tuesday. There will be a green A5 exercise book in your child's book bag, and we are asking you to return the completed homework to school in your child's book bag by the following Monday. Later in the year, we will be sending home links and information about some optional online spelling and maths homework. Just to finish with, we have some general reminders. PE days are Monday and Tuesday, with the children's lesson with Coach Max happening on a Monday afternoon. We are operating a show and tell system which is not necessarily tied to any particular day. If your child has something they would like to bring in to show to the class and to talk about, then we're very happy for you just to send that in. We'll try to find a time during that particular day for that show and tell. However, it ideally should be something that is, or your child is happy to leave in their tray if we don't get time that day. We will wait until everybody has had their turn, and then we will start a new list. And that means everybody gets their second turn, and so on. And we will move through the year on that basis. The children have space under their pegs for Wellington boots or some spare shoes if you wanted to leave a pair in school, just so that they're ready for rainy days. Do please make sure that they are named if you do decide to do that, and I think that message is the same for every item of uniform. So do please make sure that everything is named, and ideally if you could show your child where to find their name, then that means that they are even more independent when they are looking for their things and looking after their things. So there's a little bit more information here again about bringing water into school, about the snacks and school milk, and of course do always keep checking book bags and emails for any notices coming from the office.